Hi, I'm Steven the Pet Man from Big Apple Pet Supply. Today I'm going to discuss with you these great mats. They are the Adjust-A-Temp Reptile Heat Mat. They have full adjustable temperature control. So let's talk a little bit about what heat mats are. Heat mats are great for allowing belly heat to snakes, lizards. They especially enjoy using a heat mat when they have finished eating a meal. It allows them to properly digest and get heat from underneath. However, they can also be used as general ambient air temperature heaters. So in other words, when I say that, they certainly will heat the belly of an animal when they lay on top of it. But they also will generate, because heat rises, they will generate heat as it comes up from the bottom of the cage. Some people use these mats on the wall, which is okay, but just understand that heat does rise, and so you'll get less efficiency by mounting it on the wall than you would mount it, say, on the floor. So I generally advise that heat mats be used on the floor and something like radiant heat panels be used on the wall. So let's talk about what we can expect size-wise versus enclosure-wise. So mat size to enclosure size. And what I generally recommend is that you utilize 1/3 of the tank to 50%, so 30 to 50% of the bottom of the tank can be situated with a heat mat. So let's use this as an example over here. We have our snake in an enclosure that is approximately 15 inches long, and we have the 4 by 5 inch mat size. So what we would do is normally, actually, there's a backing on here that you would peel and stick. We don't generally advise actually peeling and sticking to anything. What I would recommend is that you peel this up, get the sticky part, and take a piece of tin foil and put it over here. And the reason why I say that is because once you stick this to something, one, it can get too hot. Two, you'll never be able to remove it, which means it's permanent for that cage. And when you try to take it off the cage, it's going to ruin the mat. So what I say is peel this off, put a piece of tin foil on it, and you're good to go. Then you would lay it underneath the cage with the tin foil faced up, and you would put over one end, you would put your heat mat. I always tell people there are 3 settings on here. Low, it's off, low, medium, and high. You should always start on low. And this way, after about a half hour, you check the temperature. If it's not hot enough, then you can go to medium. And then in a half hour from that, you check the temperature. And when I mean you check the temperature, for example, this mat is underneath here. So I would put a thermometer directly on the floor, directly above the heat mat, to see actually what the reptile is getting as far as heat goes, because you don't want to take a chance of burning your reptile. Heat mats generally, depending on the species, might be 82 to 90, possibly more for a bearded dragon. You might put it at 94, 95. Probably no hotter than that, because you wouldn't want to take the chance of burning the belly of any of your reptiles. So that's sizing. Again, calculate 1/3 to half of your enclosure and figure out which of these mats, because they do come in 4 by 5, 6 by 8, 8 by 12, and 8 by 18. So let's talk real quickly about how you can utilize these, or what type of enclosures you can use them on. You can use them on glass, you can use them on plastic, you can use them on screened cages. However, my caveat is you can't use them on wood enclosures, because typically underneath it will not get through the thickness of wood. So I would eliminate wood as a use for this particular type of mat. They're not waterproof, so they are designed to go under the tank. They are water resistant, but I wouldn't use them inside any enclosure. So as far as plastic goes, glass is no problem. Plastic, you do have to follow a few safety instructions when it comes to plastic, and we really cover that in our Adjust-A-Temp guide, where we tell you about using the little feet you should use this on glass or not. But getting back to acrylic real quick, your acrylic enclosure should get these little feet on each one of its corners. And what that will do is it will raise up your tank or your enclosure just a slight amount so that these mats can go underneath without crushing the cord or being heavy on the mat or too close to contact. So it allows the proper air ventilation. So use this on glass or acrylic because it does lift the cage up and allows for that ventilation. So as far as these instructions go, we really give you quite a detailing of how you can use it and what methods are best to use it. But this is a basic breakdown of what I would use these type of mats for, and they are excellent. They typically do last for years. We've had no problems with this brand, and again, I like that the controller is already hooked into the mat. So these are available in our heating section and under heat mats. And I'm Steven the Pet Man, and I thank you for watching.